God exhaled, the moon shivered in a blue river, stardust fell, through space released and gave its peace to a man in his place beneath, graciously as he lay to sleep, draped in sheets with his honest wife in the gold days of his old age. And on this nice August night, his soul raised, he saw this light, the calm is bright like Coldplay. It was all yellow and in its gold rays he saw his plight as it showed him the youth that he forgot about, like how he blocked the spout on his house's hose and not let the water out. He thought it out and wondered how he remembered it all, how younger he'd enter the halls when summer surrendered to fall. Then he wondered, was his life through? In slumber under this bright moon, like skies after thunder, the light grew, and more from the limitless stash of images flashed and poured from the reservoir to mimic his past. He saw himself with his wife growing old, his children's lives he filled with pride as his light showed his soul and his brilliance died. And it was dead black in his eyes. A voice said that it was time, but he was steadfast in his mind. He said back and replied, please, seeing my life like this, it made me think I could state succinctly everything life is. If you gave me ink, I could maybe print every speech and thought and release my plot. On these streets I've walked with a piece of chalk to paint the sharpest image of a heart. Cause as much as art can mimic, nothing's as real as a life told from start to finish. Suddenly the man awoke with a violent cry that strangely didn't seem to disturb the silent sky. His wife was still beside him under the blanket enclosed, and when he looked up at the clock he saw the hands and it froze. So the man just arose, put his hands to the roads, and began to compose the most candid of prose. So he wrote every quote spoken and left, every breath kept, sketched in the next step of concrete. Then death crept and led him to his bed. As the sun began to rise, he titled his surprise the story of the man that died. Then his wife and the townsfolk awoke and were shocked, first by his passing, then by what he wrote with his chalk. They got the roads blocked by a flock of postmen and cops. He rode from his lot to the edge of town, close to the docks, where he used to watch the boats and often joked with his pops. His folks had not long ago passed, now both with him walk. People came from everywhere, they read the story through for days. It wasn't nothing new or strange till they were moved and amazed. It wasn't the places he'd been or the people he'd met, it was the spaces between and the secrets he kept. They wept joyfully, for the greatest story no one told was just this story of an ordinary man growing old. Picture life etched in stone, life sketched in poems on sidewalks and dry chalk next to homes. Picture all you've left alone and kept in reflection, shown your dome sketched in subjective tones. Picture life on a sidewalk, frame it so all view all you've ever felt. Try to name it, it's called you. Picture it in the space between steps, it's the grace between breaths and the message in this make-believe text. Picture